You pretty much when you first got started in business was what, a year and a half ago?
Yeah, something like that.
Right now, has this business been what you thought it would be? Was it?
I mean, I'd say I've come a really long way. Like, you know, I'm a Spiegler girl. I don't know, like, it kind of just blew up a little bit more than I ever really thought. I guess very early on I realized I was working for, like, super big companies that I didn't know. You know, I thought I was going to Florida and I was shooting amateur porn. But it's like, no, like, these are, like, really big companies. Like, I'm shooting for Brazzers and Reality Kings, and I have over 300 million views on Pornhub right now, and I, back in, like, March, I think, I hit #4 on Pornhub. So, it's been pretty crazy.
Are you surprised that you have, what, 300 million views of you having sex on the internet? Does that surprise you?
It does. It did for a while. I had to kind of block it out. Like, it was so overwhelming to think about. But it's so exciting, you know, and it's like, I don't know if people are going to watch my videos forever. I don't know how long it'll last. I'm just really grateful right now that, you know, people are enjoying my videos.
Does it turn you on that no guys will check off to you?
Yeah, I saw this really funny video Riley Reid posted on YouTube, and she was basically explaining this feeling that I've felt before where it's like, you're at the mall and one person recognizes you, but they're saying, hey, I know who you are, like, hi Lexi, but what that really means is I jerk off to you. And then sometimes if you see, you know, one person's taking a photo with you or talking to you, other people will start feeling like they can admit that they also know who I am. So it's like, you get this big group of guys around you, and like, it's really cool because they're all like jerking off to you, but not at the same time, just like in the comfort of their own home or environment. Like, I think that's really funny.
And will people coming up and recognize you?
Yeah, I mean, so far, no one's, you know, done anything creepy. I think it's really common for someone to send me a message later, like, hey, I saw you, this actually happened this week. Someone was like, I saw you at the mall with your boyfriend, you know, in Hot Topic or whatever. And I mean, like, to a degree, it's overwhelming because, I mean, you don't know, like, what kind of people you're going to meet. But, I mean, so far, like, it's always been good interactions. People have been really polite.
When you got in this business, did you have any type of game plan? Or did you even imagine this? You'd be here in a year doing this?
This is actually really funny because I remember doing this interview like a year or 2 years ago, and I think you were asking me like about my goals, and I was kind of just like, wait, like, Eric, what are my goals? You know, like, I wasn't really that far along because I didn't know what AVN was. I didn't know what XBiz was. So it's like, you know, I think my goals are just, at this point, I've accomplished so much. I just want to, you know, keep doing it for as long as it fits my life and makes me happy. I think that's like the biggest thing, because you can get really caught up in your work and being so busy, and it can be overwhelming and stressful. So for me, it's just like, I want to make sure that I'm only doing it if, you know, it's bringing me happiness.
So at this point, is this a career for you or is this a job?
This is like something that I've asked myself. I feel like I don't think there's ever going to be anything that I love more than this, but it is super stressful. And I've thought about, you know, other things that maybe I would want to do. Like, I miss my family. Like, you know, my mom has a baby. She's pregnant right now. So definitely every time I visit them, it's like I don't want to leave. But then when I get here, I get super caught up in my work and I love it. So it's kind of just this feeling of like, this is what makes me happy right now. So it's like, whatever happens in the future, I just want to be open to it.
Your favorite part of that, is it the sex? Is it the attention? Is it the money? Is it...
I mean, that's a hard question. I mean, there's so many great things about it. I would say probably the freedom that it gave me. You know, I was 18 when I started camming. I was 19 when I got into the professional adult business. And, you know, I was able to get away from home and be independent and do my own thing. So I think, you know, the freedom to make my own decisions, and like, even in relationships, I've had struggles where maybe like the person I'm dating makes less than me, stuff like that. But I'd never want to be in a situation where I'm relying on someone else. So yeah, I think the freedom of it, you know, just the independence, that's what I really like about it the most. But it's all great. I love the attention too.
You seem to be successful in having normal relationships with civilians. Would that be a fair statement?
Yeah, so I'm polyamorous, so I do have partners who are in the industry, but my main partner who I'm living with right now, He's not in the professional adult industry, but he's in the entertainment business. You know, he used to be a really big YouTuber, so I feel like in a lot of ways we do relate to one another. But as far as dating a porn star, I feel like it's super difficult. You know, even if you are another porn star, it's like, you know, seeing your partner, who's also a porn star, working with people that you don't like. But, you know, it's their job, so you can't, you know, getting involved in that kind of situation, it just, like, stresses me out a lot. I like to have a separation between my life and my work. So, yeah, I do prefer to date people outside of the industry.
For you, having been in the business now a year plus, what is the reality of this business versus what people think it is?
I would say probably similar to what I said before. It's, you know, it's not what people think it is. Of course, there are issues in the industry involving, you know, like consent, drugs, you know, girls being, you know, not wanting to say what they really want or what they're really comfortable with. You have to be a really strong person to be in the industry and to stand up for yourself. But it's not like, you know, like when my parents would ask me, you know, like, we just want to make sure you're safe, you know. It's not like I'm going to a hotel room where it's just like one guy shooting. You know, Spiegler would never allow that, so I'm very grateful with my agency that I feel super safe. And yeah, I mean, I've only met great people in this industry, so I've really enjoyed it.
You seem to have made a conscious effort within a career thing to like space out when you do anal and then thing. Was that conscious, or was that just happen that way?
So, I mean, this is really interesting. I mean, yeah, Eric John has steered me in the right direction a lot and got me to where I am. I would also say my agent that I was with before Spiegler, I didn't understand, you know, why I couldn't do anal or why you know, especially interracial, stuff like that, like, it really bothered me. But, you know, I think my previous agent, they were onto something, and it's strange because some girls, they would automatically be doing anal and gangbangs, and they'd be doing everything right away, and they'd burn out quicker. But for some reason, you know, being with the same agent, they told me, you know, no, you can't do those things, you can't do anal yet. So I really think it depends. I feel like they think that some girls are going to last longer than others. If the girl's not going to last long, they shoot her out and do anal and gangbangs and DP and stuff like this. But, you know, if they feel like a girl's going to last a little bit longer, then, like, they'll stretch it out and make things happen slower, which is, I feel like, what happened to me.
We discussed this last time, but is there a difference between Lexi on camera and Lexi off at this point?
You know, honestly, I think people want to believe that, but I'm very similar. You know, I'm not like sitting here like talking in my sexy voice and like, you know, trying to sound like this, you know, dumb blonde teenager. I just think people just like me for who I am. And I mean, if they don't, then, you know, I don't get any value out of that on a personal level. Like, that's not fun to me. So I just like to be myself for the most part. Yeah.
Sexually speaking, has your perspective of sex changed now that you've done it so frequently in the last year and a half for a job?
Right. I would say that I've learned more about myself. Probably things that I like now I never would have ever known that I was into. Especially like the rough stuff. Like I've done BDSM with kink.com. I've done gangbangs. I never probably would have known how much I loved group sex because I love when there's really good energy in the room. You know, and everyone's on the same level and enjoying it. That feels really good to share with more than one person. Yeah, so there's all kinds of like different fetishes and stuff. Like even like kind of being a cuck in some ways, like watching my partner have sex with other people I really enjoy. So just things that I'm pretty sure I never would have learned.
Rough sex, what is too rough for you?
What is too rough for me?
Yeah.
Probably things I haven't done yet, that just haven't, like, people haven't tried doing it, I guess. I mean, I haven't done fisting, and I haven't done double anal. So I think, those things right now, you know, I've not gone into. Anything that leaves a mark, you know, I can't really have marks left on me for work, stuff like that. It's probably a little bit too rough.
Choking's okay?
Yeah.
Spitting?
Yes.
Spanking?
Yes.
Rough, dirty talk?
Yes. But there is one that people find really strange, I think. People don't understand it. I don't like having my hair pulled.
What about the thing where they put their hands in your mouth? What do you call it? fish something?
Fish hook, yeah, no, I think that's hot. A lot of companies aren't allowed to shoot it. I'm not sure why. I don't think like doing that is, you know, that vulgar or crazy, but to some people it might be.
What about like the kidnap scenes and all that? Do you do those?
I have before. I don't think it's too common to shoot. It's definitely a weird vibe. I've considered this a lot, and you know, kind of asked myself, you know, what is my porn promoting? Some people say, oh, you know, people, they are less likely to fuck their family members if they get to jerk off to stepsister porn or stuff like that. And then some people say, you know, you're just encouraging people to do bad things. Or, you know, when I've had one company in particular cover up my tattoos. I had to take out my piercings. They didn't do my hair. They barely put any makeup on me. I put the company on my no list. It made me really uncomfortable because I didn't feel like myself. Seeing myself without my tattoos was very foreign to me. And also, you know, just feeling like this isn't what teenagers look like. This isn't what 18-year-olds look like. This is, you know, this is what kids look like. And so that made me uncomfortable. So I have like limits in that regard too.